Hey guys, before I take you to today's content, I want you guys to take advantage of our Pro Web Legal Services Initiative that we have going on right now in the second quarter of 2024. What is that? Well, it's a website that you get 100% full-blown website with 1 year maintenance, comes with SSL certificate, hosting, etc., all for 50% less than the normal cost. This offer used to be $4,500. We're now giving it to you for $2,250, 100%, no strings attached. All you have to do is go to the show notes right now and click on the link where it says Pro Web Legal, and you'll get all the information. So until then, enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are looking to substantially increase your caseload in the next 6 months, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are vibing a rockin' week thus far. Today, I want to continue talking about mistakes I've been seeing and hearing as I enter this journey of online marketing with you guys. I want to talk about 3 things in particular today. Okay. And I was going to give you a list and then go through it one by one, but I'd rather surprise you on what that list is. Because it's, I don't know. I think it's a lot better that way. I get your attention a little bit more that way. All right. So again, this is not going to be a very long episode. It's just meant to educate you a little bit more on the whole online marketing journey, especially for folks who are not doing it now, or also folks who are doing it. And if you are doing these mistakes, I need you to stop doing these mistakes. All right, so let's talk about number one. And these are not in any particular order. The number one thing that I've noticed about the online marketing that's going on right now, especially in the legal service side, is ignoring customer reviews. And here's what I mean. If you have gotten a review from someone, whether it's positive or negative, you cannot, I repeat, you should not ignore it. Replying to a review is very, very important because it humanizes you. It creates that connection with the reader, believe it or not. And that's so important because what happens is if you got a bunch of reviews on your Google My Business page or your BBB or your Avo or whatever, and you don't reply, it's like, you don't really care of what your customers say. So if someone gives you a positive review, say something like, "Hey, Billy, yeah, thanks for that. It was great having you as a client. If you have any other questions, you know how to reach us, and it was great serving you," or whatever, right? A more important thing is if you had a negative review, you must reply. I mean, reply on both negative and positive, but you definitely have to reply on the negative. Because if you ignore it, you're automatically pinned as the person who, it was a justified negative review. So, just it's real simple. Just reply and say something to the, something to the effect of, "Hey, Johnny, sorry, this happened to you. Please call our office. We would like to rectify this right now." Something like that. Again, it humanizes you, but the more important thing about this strategy, it also shows the people who are following you, or looking at you as a possible law firm for their issue or their case. They notice that, hey, this person had a negative experience with you, and you were willing to address it. That's important in this day and age. People are less and less more likely to pick up the phone to call you if they don't see stuff like this. Now, in the same breath, if you will, of reviews, let's talk about 5-star reviews. Here's the funny thing. Let's say you have 30, 35 or so reviews, and all of them are 5.0. It's actually better to have a 4.8, 4.9, even 4.7, to be honest with you, rating than all 5s. Why? Because it's more believable. There has to have been something that you did wrong. We're not perfect human beings. Now, if you've only got 2 or 3 and they're all 5.0, great. That's a little bit more believable because you only got 2 or 3, even 5 for that matter. But the moment you start getting more and more reviews, that's why I wanted to start out with 30, 35, which is a modest amount. I've seen law firms that have, over 200, 300 reviews, and I've never seen that number, 200, 300, 400 reviews, have all 5s. They're usually in the 4 point something range, which is normal. But when you start getting up there in the reviews, having a 4.7, 4.8, 4.9, whatever, is a lot better than having a 5.0 because it's a lot more believable. Because, as you guys know, we're living in a world of automation and AI and everything like that, and people are just ordering robots to go out and write these great reviews with AI, and simulating people and all that kind of stuff. And people will start thinking that. So here's the bottom line. You want to get reviews as much as possible because that's going to say a lot about your business, about your law firm. And you want to reply to those reviews that you get, whether they're positive or negative, and understand that if you have a review, rating of 4.7 or 4.8, it actually could be better than having all 5s. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. So I hope you got that point. That's very important. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is, and this is more for people who are new to online marketing. Those of you who have been doing this for quite some time understand this breakdown. But I'm bringing this as a mistake because I came across a guy the other day who, was saying, I'm not getting any traction and this and that. And, what's going on? They want people to buy like yesterday, That's not the case all the time in online marketing, especially if you're doing especially if you're working on content marketing. Content marketing is not the fastest thing in the world, and so it could take some time to build a relationship. Now if you're doing pay per click, you're gonna get immediate results right away. You should anyway. So as long as your firm is positioned well, and it should be, if you're working with the right digital marketing agency. But in this instance, I'm talking about content marketing, blog writing, producing videos, newsletters, social media, distribution, et cetera, et cetera. Those types of that type of content marketing, you have to understand the buyer journey. Okay. So you cannot enter the buyer's journey when it comes to content marketing with blinders on. You cannot. There's blindness going on in the buyer's journey as I see it. Here's the typical buyer journey by stages that I've seen when it comes to online marketing, from a content perspective. You have 4 stages. Stage number 1 is awareness. You're making people aware that you exist in the marketplace by providing them with nice videos, nice, podcasts. Let's say podcast is a good way of getting awareness, right? Blogs, like I've already said, video, social media content, distribution in that way. Okay. So right now they've become aware that you are there. So there's an awareness there. After that, they enter what's called a consideration stage. As you continue to provide them with the content that they're seeking, and you continue to educate them in the proper way, they are now entering the consideration stage. If you're doing it correctly, the consideration stage should be a very short stage. Okay? That consideration is okay, it's, for instance, a consideration stage could be very well maybe subscribing to your YouTube channel. When they've done that, they're considering working with you. They've subscribed to your podcast. When they've done that, they're considering working with you. They've subscribed to your newsletter. When they've done that, they're considering working with you. If you have, we talked about this last week, but if you're measuring your data correctly on Google Analytics or any of the other data measuring tools out there, and you notice that your engagement has gone up tremendously over the last month or so or more, people are considering doing business with you. So that's the consideration stage. Okay. Then we go to the decision stage. Now, the decision stage could be a couple of things. Okay. It doesn't have to be they've made the decision to do business with you. It could be they've made the decision to call you. They've made the decision to walk into your office, after making an appointment or something like that. That's the decision that they're making. Now, or because the decision stage could be that they have actually made that decision to retain you as their attorney. For whatever case that they need help with. Okay. Then, this is the last stage. This is the advocacy stage. Here's the beauty of the advocacy stage. I mean, you can automate this and make this, pretty streamlined, but you don't even have to. Here's the stage where they talk about you so much that the floodgates open about your business. So they recommend their friends and family to you. They're at barbecues and they're talking about you. They post videos about you. They go to your reviews, as we just talked about, and add a nice thing on any of your reviews, whether it's Avo or lawyers.com or whatever, right? They really, really loved your services and they want to talk about you. So they're advocating for you. That's the advocacy stage that should now open up the floodgates. Okay. So those are the different stages of the buyer journey. So you don't want to enter this with blindness. Now, is this like an overnight success thing? No, it's not. I've never, ever said that content marketing was an overnight success. Neither is pay-per-click for that matter. Pay-per-click was going to give you leads right away. Of course, doesn't mean you're going to close the leads right away either. You know. However, content marketing, although it's slow, it will give you the right leads, the leads that are pretty much ready to do business with you at any given point in time. And it's also content marketing is also going to give you leads that are educated already into what you do, what is your superpower, why they want to go with you in the first date. Basically, when someone comes to your office or picks up the phone and calls you because they found a content piece or several content pieces, I should say, they pretty much have their wallet in their hands and they're ready to open it up. That's been the experience. Okay. That's why you want to, that's content marketing is a long game, and you want to start working on or thinking about working on your content marketing game sooner rather than later, while you're doing something like pay-per-click marketing or social media, advertising or whatever kind of pay-per-click display advertising, any kind of paid media that you want to attack. That's what you it's just you want to have content marketing as a supplement to that. Okay. And then eventually it's just going to grow fast enough that you don't need the paid media anymore, because this is pumping out enough information, enough leads that are converting, and that conversion are leading to advocacy stages I'm talking about, enough that you really don't need the paid media anymore. All right. So last but not least, another mistake I've been seeing out there is the law firm that wants to do all of this stuff themselves. And in other words, not outsourcing when they should. It's a huge mistake. Here's the bottom line. No matter how savvy your paralegal is, no matter how savvy you have staff in there, they have a job. Now, unless you're a large firm, I'm not talking about the large firms. Now, they have large firms that hire people to market their business. They have a marketing department. That's a large firm. That's different. I'm talking about your average local law firm that has about 10 people on staff. The amount of information that changes, or the amount of stats that changes in the digital marketing world is tremendous. No one in your staff is always on top of it. Are they going to seminars to understand the latest and greatest? Do they know how to pivot when things changes, when the algorithm changes on social media or on SEO or on even Google AdWords or even on Facebook ads? Things change. How do they pivot? How do they adjust? How do they make sure that you're on top? And it's a lot more costly when you don't outsource, because what happens when you don't outsource, what happens is, there's a paid salary, you got to pay for machine time and all that kind of stuff. Or, it's a full-time employee. It's a different animal versus, a monthly retainer for a company that's doing online marketing for you. I'm talking about, full-fledged, doing everything from A to Z, knocking it out the park for you. It's a total different experience, because we are always on top of our game. And people like us, who we are partners, it's not, we're Local Business Marketing Solutions partners with our customers. We don't consider ourselves as outsiders. No, we're partnering with you, because we want to understand your journey. So if we understand the better we understand your journey of what you're thinking, the better we can get you to that destination. So that's why we say we partner with you. It's not just, hey, can you write a blog post for us? No. Or, hey, can you run this Google AdWords for us? No. Okay, we're running Google AdWords, but why? What's the purpose? What's this? Let's get together every month to strategize what's the strategy for the next month, et cetera, et cetera. That's the difference, and that's the power of outsourcing to the right outsourcer. If you are a law firm that's looking to work with a digital agency, give us a call at 888-416-7752 or send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. Myself or one of my marketing gurus will hop on the phone with you, do an analysis of your business, and give you the right plan that you will need to execute from a digital marketing perspective for your success. So if that's something that you want to do, please take me up on that offer. 888-416-7752. Let them know that you heard it on the podcast, and then we'll take it from there. All right. With that, I'm going to put an end to this episode. I hope you guys got a lot out of this episode. Don't do those mistakes there that we talked about. They're killing you, I can tell you that. And take me up on that offer. So until next week, this has been Frank Deming, the local business guy. Take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you would like to know more about the topic we discussed in the show today, reach out to Frank and his team at 888-416-7752 and schedule a discovery call with one of the marketing consultants. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, send an email to podcast@lbmsllc.com and we will put you on the schedule. With that being said, until next week, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.